Hello and hello and welcome in to First Impressions.
Oh yeah, we're back, boys.
Yeah, finally.
Boys are back in town, as they would say.
I'm gonna go and attack this base here. This is a side mission. This is Mafia 3. Came out
First impression.
last Friday. First Impressions. Well, it's not really First Impressions because I've played this game a ton, but
This is the first time I've really seen the game meaningfully, honestly.
okay,
So
okay. So this is just a side mission. We're gonna steal a truck, I believe, for one of our underbosses. They're basically free like underbosses, and when you take over territory, you assign them to each of one of the free underbosses, and they actually they'll get mad at you if you they'll notice if you're not picking them, and they'll get annoyed at you. And I don't know if this is true, but I heard if you piss them off so much that they will leave you, and you actually have to end up going killing them, which is pretty interesting. I don't know if that's actually true
okay,
or not, but
that's
I
interesting.
haven't done that. But
Are they like different caricatures? Do you have like the mafia guy, and do you have like the
it kind
lady or something,
of
the
yes.
Asians or something, the yakuza or something?
That Yeah, that's kind of true, and they all,
Okay,
based on who you side with, you get different upgrades and different weapons and perks and stuff. And that can
that's
sort of
pretty cool.
fluctuate, yeah, because I've actually had stuff taken away from me. Because early on I was going with Cassandra, but later on I started siding with Vito more in order to balance things out. And I have actually lost some upgrades, but I've gained other ones to make up for it. So it's kind of an interesting. That's actually probably one of the most interesting things about this game.
Yeah,
Um, at the moment,
interesting reviews coming out for this game.
yeah, they're
Going
coming
on
out today. Haven't they've been coming out today? I think, yeah, maybe the day
here and
before.
there. There's kind of a smackling here and there, depending on like the smaller places that review early and everything like that. Even though they don't finish the game, I suppose, or just rush through it. That kind of a below average, about far lower than I was expecting
Yeah,
for this game.
how I'm I'm not that surprised I haven't played it. I have to say,
Yeah,
it's a really strange one because I really like bits of it. I think this sneaking around stuff's actually done quite well. The AI is pretty stupid,
sure.
but the actual gunplay and things like that, it's actually really fun. It's actually really satisfying. They do really good like impacts as far as like seeing where the bullets go, and like there's lots of blood and all that stuff. It's pretty fun. The cover system works well, and the shooting's quite snappy. Um, so all that stuff is actually really good. But the problem with this game is that you basically do the same thing over and over and over again. What I just did there was a brutal takedown, and those truly are brutal. Um, so yeah, those are fun. So yeah, I do like the combat quite a lot, and that kind of carries this game to a certain extent. And other stuff like the setting, the unique setting goes a long way, along with things like the soundtrack and just they definitely score points for doing something a bit different setting wise. It's not just another like modern game set in New York or something. Like it's something a bit different from that, but.
And for the most part, they nail it in terms of like just like tone and setting and atmosphere and
Yeah,
everything.
that stuff's pretty good, but like when you get down to it, I'll show you better when we're finished with this side mission. I'll just show off the side mission for just to show off something. But yeah, we'll deliver this truck, and then I'll just show you what an actual story mission looks like. Word of warning, this is like kind of far into the game, so I don't
Okay,
know. I probably won't spoil anything too bad because all the missions are the same.
sure. I heard the mission variety
but
is pretty poor.
yeah,
For the game.
so yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, here's driving. Driving's pretty straightforward. It's nothing really too remarkable about it. It gets the job done.
Does it
Um,
still have like the follow the traffic stuff like in previous Mafia games? Is that
no,
like follow the laws or whatever?
yeah, no, they ditched that for this one.
Okay, that's probably for the best.
Yeah, I mean they'll still like. It's just basically like GTA or whatever. Like if a cop sees you run someone over,
Hmm.
obviously that will gain attention. Or in this game, it's kind of similar to Watch Dogs. Do you remember in Watch Dogs when you would do something bad, people would try and phone the police after you? They
Uh,
do that in this as well.
don't
So,
remember that honestly, but it's been a very long time since I played Watch Dogs.
well, in Watch Dogs, you would literally run up to them and slap the phone out of their hands. But in this here,
uh, I think I
they,
kind of remember that.
yeah,
I don't
in
know.
this here, they run to a payphone and you just like punch them in the face or whatever. they could fall down really easily, and that's it. So, yeah.
Just kind of looking at this right now. This also looks like a Forza Horizon map of how much there was like a section off between like urban and like kind of with that swampy kind of other area you were in just now. But it seems like there's pretty large divide between the two areas, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I think the environment's pretty good. It is pretty varied throughout. There are these very distinct districts. You know, there's kind of like the more nicer sort of downtown area, and there's like the more rundown sort of poorer areas and stuff like that. And they even this what was pretty interesting. I haven't really noticed this in actual practice, but a tooltip did pop up earlier on in the game saying like police responses are slower in like poorer, you know, black areas. This is pretty interesting, but not what I've really noticed, to be honest. But it was an interesting
Sure.
thing that the game will
Yeah.
sort of take that into account.
Or tries to at least. Right?
Or yeah, it tries to. Yeah.
Is that the story of this game? Kind of, it tries a lot but doesn't really achieve much.
Does it try a lot though? Because it's kind of
I mean,
like yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it just in terms of like it's at least the story ambitions like going into this like some of the things they're talking about like race and like how tied back into modern day American stuff going on right now. Like it seemed like it was really trying something that most video games don't go for, at least in terms of story. Gameplay, it seemed pretty about what you expect, right?
Yeah, in this game, from a story perspective, it's pretty interesting because it's actually you'll often in between like story missions, you'll see cutscenes from modern day, you know, reflecting back on these times from people in the story that are obviously much older, and they're sort of talking about what's going on. So that's pretty interesting. You'll see.
Is it CGI or is it live action?
I think it's an engine. I think it's all stuff.
Okay.
You know, with the game.
I was kind of thinking of that Halo stuff. I think it was Halo 3 when they're doing the documentary about like Master Chief, how he saved everybody.
They do use some real footage though, like
Okay.
from the period, which is pretty interesting. But I'm gonna show off very briefly here. I'm gonna get out of this car, and I'm gonna call in my person to pick up money for me. Basically, you have money in your wallet, and you also have money stashed away. If you die with money in your wallet, you actually lose half of it. So stash often, and I also upgraded my person so that every time I pick up or stash away money, I actually pick up all the money that I've earned from all my different rackets as well. Typically, you actually have to physically go to your rackets and pick up the money, which is really
Weird.
in the ass. So
Yeah.
that's a good upgrade if you can get it. So.
That's bizarre.
I'm gonna do this drugs story mission here. I haven't really done any of this one yet, so we get to see the whole arc of what this game's about. I assume it's going to be very similar to what I've already done. I think graphically this is actually an example of the game looking quite good.
I was gonna ask because some of the puddles look very like well formed in terms of like where they're like forming on the ground and stuff. It seems realistic compared to how it would be in real life and stuff like that. I was gonna say because before it looked kind of flat, honestly.
Yeah, it's so all over the place. Sometimes the lighting in this game looks really good. Sometimes it looks terrible. Sometimes like, you know, the way some games do this, where you go indoors and then like it's dark for a brief moment, and then
Yeah.
like they tried to recreate the effect of like your eyes like getting used to it.
Readjusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes that doesn't work, so you're just stuck in darkness. It's really strange.
Is his eyes bad? Is that what the problem is?
I
Like, what's
don't
going on?
know. What I'm doing here, there are these different like power boxes littered around the city, and you can break into them and wiretap them, and that basically just shows up all the collectibles in the area, and it also allows you to do this like Batman detective vision thing where you can see enemies and like items through walls. But I actually have an upgrade that allows me to do that regardless, so I actually don't really need to do that stuff anyway. Unless I really care about the collectibles, but I don't really.
How do you feel about this HUD?
It's okay. Why?
Okay. It looks a lot like GTA to me. Like, especially the minimap.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I actually was a bit slow to pick up on that, but you're right. Yeah, and the green health bar and everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar, and there is like body armor as well, so that's kind of
I think it's a weird disconnect sometimes too, where like it has that speedometer, which is like, oh yeah, that looks like an old speedometer. But then you look at like the big objective markers everywhere, and they look kind of like Assassin's Creed future. It's kind of a weird disconnect between the two.
And also, that rear view mirror actually doesn't look too bad at the moment, but sometimes that looks really terrible. It looks like driver free up there. Sometimes it looks terrible. So I kind of wish they just didn't bother with that because it just looks ugly. It's starting to look quite ugly now. So.
I kind of get what they're going for, but yeah, that's. I assume that doesn't really help your game's performance at all. And I've already heard this game has a pretty some interesting performance stuff going on with it.
Yeah, I know on PC it came out like locked at 30 frames, but they updated it pretty quickly. So, and also you don't really need the rear view mirror because you can click in the right stick to look behind you anyway. So it's
just like every other game.
Like every other game. So yeah. I'm just trying to work out how to get in here.
That sun through the fog looks really nice.
It does.
Some good weather stuff going on here.
Yeah. Like I said, it does have its stuff.
Big Jim?
I'm going to shut up while I talk.
Okay.
All right, detective.
I don't know if you can really hear it that well.
I'll unmute it so maybe I can hear it.
Boy, it's this whole city's problem. His man Doc Gaston's burrowed down like a fucking cockroach, pumping the whole city full of poison.
Where's Doc Gaston operate out of?
If I knew that, I'd have him in a cell.
Doesn't really matter if you can't hear it. They're all basically the same. They always basically tell you who you're going after and what their what their trade is, so to speak. And this is a drugs guy. But yeah, basically the main point of this game is that it's a revenge tale, and that's well set up at the beginning in the prologue, which is very like linear and very guided and stuff. That lasts about an hour and a half, and then yeah, you get into it, and basically there's like a set amount of people that you have to whack, and yeah, you just go out and do your thing.
Last time I talked to you about story stuff and everything, you were kind of saying, yeah, there really isn't actually that much of it, and what is pretty generic. Is that still staying true for where you are right now in the game?
I don't know if generic's the right word, but it's just yeah, there isn't that much to it. Like it's that. I didn't pay super attention to what that guy told me, but it's basically just the same as what I've done loads of times before already. He tells me what that guy basically does, and I have to go and do these. Basically, where it says up at the top left, a damage remain, I have to get that all the way down to 0 before I can confront the actual guy that I'm going after. Basically, he becomes available at that point. So I'm going to go to this objective where I interrogate one of his pushers.
Is this some Punisher shit that we're gonna do here?
I guess so, yeah.
So what's the different icons in the bottom left? I see health, grenades,
money, wallet money, and then stash money, and then the thing on the right is the, I don't know what you call them, but they're things that you need 3 of them to set up those wiretap things that I did earlier.
Do you find like the economy stuff interesting? Like, do they give you good incentives for actually like running your business well, like running your people well, getting money and buying stuff? Like
early on, yeah, but now I've got pretty much everything I want, so I don't really need the money.
Okay. Holy shit! You just have that big ass fucking knife. Jesus Christ.
Oh yes, yeah, and I use that knife quite a lot.
Oh, that's right. This guy's like a former. Is it Vietnam?
Yep.
War vet. Okay. Explains military jacket. And the big ass knife.
So a witness called the police there, but because I was not within their immediate vision, I could actually just pay money to get them called off. But I usually wouldn't do that, but for the sake of this, well, I'll do that. Let's see. What's the next one here? So that's just one of those things. We've started the chain already. Let's go here and kill these dudes. I could investigate in there and put that wiretap thing. I can't help but do things when I see them on the map. For the most part. Not always. I do get bored of it after a while, but...
Sure. How do you feel about the amount of stuff? Does it feel overwhelming, or does it feel about right?
There isn't actually that much stuff to do. There actually aren't that many side missions. There are ones... Like that one that we did earlier where I stole the truck. That's just a generic thing that will happen over and over again, and that's just to help you maximize the amount of money you can make from your racket. So...
Which for you is already you've already solved that problem essentially.
Basically, I could max it out more. I haven't maxed out every single one I have, but like, Don't need to. I really
Sure.
don't need to.
So what do you mean by maxing out? Is it like a skill tree? What are we talking here?
No, it's like, say, your racket could make 50,000, but at the moment it's only making 40,000. So if you do more, then we'll get that number up. And yeah, your rackets will come back for you with money to pick up every now and again. I don't know how often it is, but it's often enough.
It's mostly just weapons and stuff you're buying, or?
Yeah, I'll show that later after I do this.
Okay. These pedestrians have death wishes. They're just walking in the middle of the street.
Yeah, the game's a little bit lifeless, I have to say. I don't think it's too atmospheric.
I guess they're relying on the music to do a lot of that, right?
Yeah, I guess so. This game feels a little bit last generational at times.
It kind of looks like it. Like right now, like it looked pretty good with the weather and everything going on, but right now it looks kind of flat, honestly. Not a lot. There's not a lot popping out to me, I guess.
So there you go, kill that guy. I could just go, but there's a big bag of money here, so I'll have to kill that guy too.
I get all that money.
Yeah, well, the money in this case counts towards damage, so.
Okay. So wait a minute. So you basically have those meter. Basically, you are basically doing really costly things to like their business, and that will shut them down. Is that what?
Basically,
this represents
yeah.
here?
So
That's kind of cool.
yeah, killing like their pushers and their, destroying equipment. Whether that would be like there was one that was one of the guys ran like a gambling business, and you were like breaking his slot machines and stuff like that to get that
Okay.
number down. So it's slightly different in that from a context point of view, but what you're doing might as well be the same. It's not too different.
Yeah, I mean, if this combined something with like Battlefield or like Red Faction or something like this would probably be a lot more interesting because you'd be blowing up buildings and stuff. But like as you said, maybe just some environmental stuff or something, right? Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, no, not yeah. This game doesn't really have any of that. It's like fences and stuff that you see get shot up, but that's about it. So yeah, the shop's pretty straightforward. You can get guns, and there's quite a lot of guns in this game actually, and there's explosives. A lot of this stuff isn't available right away. There's some stuff that I still don't have because I sort of went in a certain way with being favorable to certain people, yeah, you can get health upgrades and little things like that, stamina upgrades, and just little things. But I got the most useful thing I got were like accuracy upgrades and that sort of thing.
Sure.
But yeah, nothing too spectacular. It is nice. See the way I called in that gun van earlier, like that stuff shows up really quickly, which is nice.
Okay.
And you can also, and it's free as well, and you can call in cars for free and stuff like that, which is really good.
How do you feel about is there like a pretty clear weapon hierarchy in terms of like this gun is clearly better than this gun, so you just get the best guns in every category?
Yeah, there is a little bit of that, yeah.
Okay.
But at the same time, you can only actually hold two guns at once, one big gun and one small gun. So it's up to you, whether you want like a machine gun or a shotgun or a sniper rifle. And then your small gun's just a pistol or an Uzi or something, it's nothing. One thing I really don't like is that the AI in this game is pretty poor. The one thing I don't like is that like all automatics are considered like the same ammo type. So like an AK uses the same bullets as an Uzi, which is just not true. So I don't like that.
It seems like it kind of actually reduces some of the environmental stuff for this game, right? In terms of like atmosphere and everything, where like you're just walking over AKs and you're just getting M16 ammo or whatever.
Yeah, I mean I don't mind if they did it like that because like M16 is a very rare weapon. The fact that I have it is, it's like one of the hardest weapons to get, so I'm very happy to have mine. So I would never, if you couldn't get over M16 bullets, then I would probably never use it. But like at the same time, for Uzi and the AK ammo would be the same. I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way. So.
Also, like other shooters do that with ammo, just like, hey, we want you to use all the different weapons. But I guess it's different for this game because one assault rifle is clearly better than the other assault rifle. It's not like, oh, this has different strengths or weaknesses than the other one.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I don't mind that because it takes a while to build that stuff up. Like
Yeah.
you'll be using the weaker stuff earlier on, of course, and as you slowly get more money and unlock more things, and obviously you'll be using the different weapons. So I don't mind that.
I like all your nonchalant murder you're doing here.
Yeah, well, that was a
Wait,
mistake.
what did you do to that lady with the umbrella who was going towards the phone box? I didn't really
I
see what happened
pushed
there.
her over or something.
Okay.
See,
Have you done a story mission yet?
this is a story mission.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Huh.
Yeah, it's not what you expected, is it? I suppose.
No.
There are story missions that are more guided, you know, like big moments that are.
Okay.
There's like you see it in the jam bomb quickly if you ever check it out. There's a mission where you basically assault in a hotel, or you can, there's actually two ways to do it. You can sneak in or you can assault it. But yeah, that's more guided, more scripted and stuff like that. But this is just kind of more. It feels like side content. I can see why you asked.
This looks like side content.
It does.
This looks like you just ran down the road doing random shit.
Yeah, but it's not. I'll have to do this to get the next bit going. So
That's pretty disappointing, honestly.
yes, and guess how many times I've done this? Well, I don't know how many times, but I've done it a lot. So
Yeah, I heard the mission variety is pretty bad. How's the other heard thing is pretty. This game doesn't feel fully cooked in terms of like quality, maybe in terms of like glitches and bugs and stuff like that. How's that been for you so far?
it's been all over the place. I played the game today and yesterday, and it was actually mostly okay. But a couple of days before that, it like crashed multiple times, and like that was when the thing with like going into a room and it was all dark. Like that's when that happened, and just stuff like that. And it was a real. It was a real pain, and just like the weather was going all apocalyptic and nuts, and just all sorts of stuff. It was really, really strange.
You find this stuff, and you find it like I mean, crashes are crashes, like that's bad period. But like that stuff, you find it kind of like this game already doesn't have a lot of like I won't say it doesn't have a lot of atmosphere, but they don't really do a lot to sell it, I guess.
No.
So do you find out even breaks it even further, essentially?
Yes, especially with like, there's just a lot of little things, but it all adds up. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the physics for the cars being a bit weird sometimes when you crash. It just like floating objects. I've seen walls that like haven't popped in properly, so they're just like see-through, and yeah, lots of weird stuff. Like this game should have been delayed until next year. It really should have.
That's disappointing. I feel like there's a lot of hype coming into this game, especially after I thought they made a really strong like case with their trailers early in their announcement stuff. But like all that stuff, I was looking forward to, like the atmosphere, the setting, the storytelling, the characters. Like so far, what you've shown to me, very little of any of that so far.
Yeah.
Seems like another open world game.
It does, and that's
Yeah.
what these games never were. These games were never open world games anyway. So, oh, here's a like sort of a more. Here's another thing that will work towards this mission, but it's a little bit more. What's the word? I can't remember. Fancy developer terms, but yeah, basically just gonna follow this guy to wherever he goes, and that will be. You know, a mission in itself. So there's a slightly more dynamic one if it just happened for the sake of happening. But
That big tailing logo that shows up on your screen is pretty hilarious.
yes.
Is this some Assassin's Creed shit? Is like, do you have to stay a certain distance away? Is that what that red meter is for?
For GTA has been doing this since like the beginning of time, so yeah.
Sure.
At least they're very upfront about like, oh, you're too far away. Oh, you're being
Opposite lane.
suspicious. Yeah. You know, so that's good, I guess. But this guy's just driving around in circles. What's he doing? I've had an instance where an informant where I was supposed to go after fell through the world and stuff like that. Yeah.
Huh.
Really good stuff like that.
Yeah. So it says damage remaining for 43,000 there. How long would this take you, approximately?
Depends. Sometimes that would go down really quick. If I do a mission where like I steal like $10,000 dollars, and that would take me down to 33,000. You know what I mean? If I do something drastic like that. But sometimes it does take a while. So I am further in the game too, so it probably will take a bit longer. It says I've stopped for no reason, but I've stopped because there's traffic. You know what I mean? So.
That car looks familiar. How long is it?
Yeah, I'm really doing a good job of showing why this game's
You're
not
very inconspicuous.
fantastic. Human endangered? What are you talking about? That's no.
Visible.
These
Honking.
missions are always the worst, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit more manageable, like something like Assassin's Creed, because, like, even though, like, I'm not going to justify saying Assassin's Creed does it better, because that shit's still annoying as hell, even then, but, like, you're not a car, I guess, and you don't have to follow rules, you're just a guy running around, so...
Can't wait to do that in Watch Dogs 2 coming in November.
Woohoo! More open world fun for Russ Harley.
Yep.
I don't think I have a single open world game on my to play list this year.
They
Just
don't
kinda
make
crazy.
that many anymore.
Yeah. And it's a shame when, like, ones like this get made, I guess. They're not, like... Don't really knock it out of the park like you want, right?
Exactly.
Like, in terms of, like, a crime, like a big crime, like, game like this. They came out all the time, like Mafia even felt like kind of a... Well, not felt like, but it was kind of accused of being kind of a ripoff of GTA, right? But now it's just, like... Now it seems to not... If like, Rockstar don't put out as many of those games anymore or whatever, or the industry isn't moving as fast, then it seems like this game already feels kind of dated. Is that the feeling you get too?
I suppose so. It makes me feel like it feels like a 360 game to me, just in terms of like
Yeah.
its bugs and stuff like that. It reminds me of like Mercenaries 2 or something.
Some of the texture quality and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, so here's an example of me burning stuff.
Far Cry burning stuff.
No, very scripted Liam burning stuff.
Okay. Some of these executions are pretty nice. Like, you stick that gun in that guy's mouth. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So that follow thing was pretty good. That took down a lot of money, so it did. So that was pretty good. That was worth doing.
So that was like 15 minutes, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess that was a decent amount of money. I thought it was just 5,000 period, but it was one for each.
Yeah, that was worth doing. That actually took
Yeah.
quite a lot down. And there's another bloke that I have to kill around the corner. So. Yeah, but it's like this throughout the entire game. There's very little variety in it. I think
Yep.
the combat's good, but it's not enough to save it. You know, the AI is pretty stupid. And, this is a bummer. It's kind of a bummer.
It's kind of a bummer. Like, it was like, well, I feel like this game had a light hot hype going into it and it kind of fall apart, like No Man's Sky. I know it was last year, but like, now I forgot the game I was going to bring up. But I feel like there's a bunch of games that like come in pretty hot. Like Deus Ex, I feel like was coming in pretty hot too and kind of fell off a little as well. I don't know. This latter half of the year in terms of big AAA games coming out, it seems really strange.
Yeah. At least the SX felt finished.
There you go. I feel like you asked for it, right?
And that game got delayed. It actually did get delayed. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a Molotov here at these guys.
But do you think in terms of like, if this game got delayed, do you think it would actually fix anything meaningful? Or just be mostly like, even if it was less buggy or less glitchy or anything, this game would still be kind of middling?
Yeah, it would still probably be kind of middling. I would, and you know, unless they added mission variety and things like that, but it's probably not gonna happen. So.
That's weird how that Molotov cocktail just exploded midair and it set everyone else on fire.
Well, you can shoot them in midair, so
Oh, okay.
I don't know
Is
if
that
that's
what
what
you
happened. No, I didn't, but
Okay.
they might have. So.
Because it looked like it just exploded in midair before it hit the guy. So
It
was a little...
it might have. So that was not my intention, of course. But
It looked like a bat hitbox detection or something to me, but it's kind of hard to tell.
yeah, you might be right. I'm not gonna give the game a hard time for it, but
Oh no, it just was kind of funny, kind of weird. Like,
yeah.
oh, I'm here to save civilians. Oops. Well,
Yeah, well, you're not a very good guy in this game.
Are you not? Okay.
No, well, you're not a bad guy, but you just kill so many people.
oh, an anti-hero, you say?
Yes, exactly. So I did all that. I did it
Okay.
all. I don't know if
Okay.
you noticed. Yeah.
And you gotta talk to Big Jim again.
Yeah, we talked to Big Jim.
Get this all
I
sorted
could
out.
I could do more. I'm not going to, but I could do. Well, there's only one more thing to do, but I won't do
Wait,
it. But I could.
If you finish up this main story, this mission right here, does that one thing you could do become unavailable?
Yes.
Oh, huh.
So I
Does that
could.
go against completion rate?
No, I don't think so. It just means I'm losing out on theoretically extra money. What is that
You don't
extra
need-
thing? It's a boathouse drug thing. Yeah, I don't really need to do that. But I mean, yeah, it's just more money for the most part. If it was an informant, I would probably go and do it because you recruit them into your businesses to make more money. So I would actually probably, I don't know, I would probably just do that, but I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Just money for the sake of money now. So.
that's fair. So how close to the end game do you feel at this point? Like, are things wrapping up? Is there?
Well, I can show you. Here's my kill list. There's the big bad. Then you've got. I'm basically working on these 3 down below, and I've killed the bottom 6. So I'm sort of. I think I'm getting there because I don't think it'll take that long to take out the rest, to be honest. But we'll see.
Is this like Crackdown where you can just find these guys whenever you want, or is it just like no, it's kind of gated by?
No, it's kind of
Sort
gated.
stuff.
Yeah, only certain ones are available at certain times. That sort of thing.
I don't like Crackdown 1 very much, but I think the structure of it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think they're set up and how you can tackle things. Not sure if Crackdown 3 is going to exist or not, but I hope they kind of have a similar structure to that game.
Yeah, hopefully that game is out there.
Who knows? Hard to tell.
I was just checking the chat. Of course, no one's in it.
Oh yeah.
Of course. Who was I kidding?
It's alright, we haven't done these in a while, so you know. We don't have the one what was it? It was a wanted guy in chat.
Oh yeah.
Remember that guy?
Remember that guy? He was great.
That was weird. He was like telling you to stop at places to see things happen. I'm like, what are you even talking about?
Yeah, I know. He was a nerd. He makes me look cool.
I mean, you have a hip hop YouTube channel. You're the coolest.
I know. Does the screen look? No, I'm just talking rubbish. Sorry. I was gonna say,
What?
does the screen look a little bit weird to you? But I'm just looking.
It
at
looks
the stream.
fuzzy. I can't tell if that's like lighting or something.
That might be the game. I don't know.
Yeah. What do you mean like strange? What's
Oh
sticking out
no,
to you?
no! I scrolled up and it looks better. I wasn't seeing the whole screen like a dummy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna go and confront the guy now.
Oh,
How exciting! This will be. Usually these are quite fun.
okay.
usually
Is there
like a
not that
bigger-
many cutscenes in this game?
You'll see a cutscene after we do this. I bet you.
Okay. I'm severely disappointed by the lack of like story stuff so far. Like, not the lack of story stuff because you've obviously been doing story stuff, but like how pedestrian it all seems and how like I don't know. It's weird. I feel like there's more like even in like Forza Horizon 3 when you're doing like the big showcase things, I feel like there's more like ceremony around that stuff than anything I've seen in this game so far. Like they set it up as a big thing. They're like, oh, this is cool. It's gonna be an awesome thing you're gonna do. And this game's like, yeah, you're gonna do this.
And you're gonna do it again. You're gonna do it again. You're gonna do it again. Forza can get away with that a bit more because it's just a driving game. We expect more from games like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But even Forza, like I feel like when I'm going to a showcase event, they like have the cutscenes. They set it up. It's like, oh, this is crazy. It's ridiculous. Even though it's like whatever. It's like rubber banding bullshit. Like who knows? But like if that's even a thing. But like in this game, it's just like you're gonna go kill one of the big bad guys, and it's just like, yeah, all right.
What do you think of the like in-world like signpost telling you where to go? It's kind of an interesting thing.
Kind of. Again, I feel like it's kind of a clash of styles here in terms of like this kind of old school period piece thing, and you kind of have these weird modern like UI stuff. I feel like it's kind of a weird disconnect for me, but I think it's definitely a different way you could do this, I suppose.
I thought I could crash through that. Apparently not. Well, let's see.
Like it feels like for like a game with like in such a setting which have such an incredible sense of style, there's like a remarkable amount of like zero style in terms of like this like UI and presentation.
Yeah. Note that You know, it's often when you go into a public place like a bar or a shop or whatever, they'll be like, "Oh, you're not allowed in here." But if they won't
Because you're a
do-
black guy.
well, sometimes that is true, yeah. But just sometimes, like if you go behind, like obviously I don't work there, so obviously they would shout at me for that. But they're not very good at really doing anything about it. Occasionally they'll call the police, but of course I just punch them in the face and it's over. You know, they don't really care. Like I've robbed their cash registers repeatedly, and they don't really seem to mind. So yeah.
Trespassing.
See, this is a bit more interesting because they've got like an underground lair here. You know what I mean? It's a little bit.
Yeah, it's something different, I guess, than
Yeah.
street stuff. I will say, I've kind of just hit me now. This UI all looks like Hitman stuff to me. Like that trespassing thing that you showed looks like something you see in Hitman.
I thought that as well. Yeah, this game bites, doesn't it? Bites up.
This game
other
kind of
games.
sucks, dude. I don't know. This seems like a mess. I don't know, man.
I'm not gonna say it sucks because it plays pretty well, but like,
It seems like a mess, at least.
I'm not gonna say it's a mess. Mess is strong. What was the last game I played that was a mess? I don't know.
Like, I feel like there's a difference between mess and disaster. This is definitely isn't a disaster, but it seems kind of messy. Like, it's kind of inspirations and influences and, like, systems feel kind of all over the place and don't really sync together very well. It feels messy to me.
This is pretty impressive, the amount of people that they've got on screen.
Yeah.
And stuff here.
Even though the character models don't look very good. But,
Kind of like Hitman.
yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but at least you'd be doing more interesting stuff here, though, if it's like Hitman, though, right?
Oh yeah,
So,
sure.
that's a lot of people, yeah. Oh. They don't really know how to climb up the stairs when it's that many people, which is kind of funny, but...
Yeah.
Also, these people like running straight into your gun.
Yeah, it's just stupid in this game. They're really gung-ho and they don't really care, and yeah, they don't really use tactics at all.
This is a bummer. I don't know. I was kind of interested in playing this, and then you talk about it on a podcast. I'm like, oh, I can probably wait. And now I'm actually seeing it. I'm like, yeah, I could definitely wait.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I did that, I guess. I don't know.
But I guess for other people, I mean, hey,
Yeah.
these open world kind of games don't show up enough, so you get what you can get, right?
Yeah, I mean, that gives this game a slight advantage because of that.
If this came out around like GTA 5, there wouldn't be very much excuses here, right?
Oh, no.
Or like Watch Dogs.
I mean, Watch Dogs 2 is like pretty soon, so.
Sure, true. But I feel like Watch Dogs 2 is like starting from a place at like 0 almost.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got problems with their own.
Yeah. They got their own shit to figure out, I suppose.
It's all yours, boys.
Is there much of a sandbox nature in this game, like in terms of weird stuff that can happen, or ways you can make missions feel more interesting to play, at least, instead of like the running around shooting people stuff?
Not really. I mean, I have done stuff without firing a shot, but
Because I mean, like GTA, you can always do like you can always kind of make things a little weird, and missions are sometimes designed to encourage stuff like that.
I'll work with you.
yeah,
This seems pretty straightforward so far, at least.
very straightforward shit. I
Any like tools or anything like I don't know, playing C4 in places, claymores,
drones.
drones, you know, hacking tools.
Nothing like that. I mean, so I just took over that racket, and now I get to pick who I should take it over. And you sort of have to think about what you're going to get out of it. So in this case, they've actually got 3 really like big important weapons that I could choose from. Yeah, see, I don't really have any perks with Vito because I've already got. I think I've got all of his perks anyway. But you know, Vito's got that machine gun. It's probably good, you know what I mean? But yeah, so this stuff's kind of interesting. I sometimes have
So
a hard
you can only
time
pick
picking this stuff.
one, right?
I can only pick one, yeah. And I don't want to piss off the other 2 too much. And I've
I
already
know that
given loads of
grenade
stuff
launcher
to-
seems pretty cool.
I know, but I don't want to take just a grenade launcher. I don't know. So that's why I went with the machine gun. But that's kind of an interesting. That's kind of one of the most interesting things about this game is its upgrade system. It's something a bit different. It requires you to make decisions like that that are quite tricky, and you know you have to balance what you want versus what the other people want and all that sort of stuff. So I'll give them props for that. I
Have you
give
had
them
any problems with that yet?
No, I haven't really. No, I mean people have gotten a bit mad, but they haven't like walked out on me yet. So,
Okay. You're saying props about other stuff.
yeah. What else? Well, I think the graphics in there sometimes look good, and sometimes they don't. Here's a floating beer bottle. You know what I mean? Like there's stuff like
Yeah.
that everywhere in this game. Um. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to show. You saw a mission. That's
There was no cutscene. You lied to me, Ross. Sorry.
I thought
Zero cutscenes.
usually sometimes there is, sometimes there is, but there wasn't one that time. Sorry.
I'm almost convinced this game has no story at this point. Just watching you play it, but maybe I'm wrong. But feels like it.
Do you want me to go to another place?
I mean,
No.
no.
There's no fast travel in this game as well. I'll make that, which is a pain. I have
Yeah,
really
it's weird.
fast cars, so that's not a big deal. But
Is a large world? Is that a problem?
it's big enough, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty big. So that's a problem. No fast travel, that's a problem. Here's another floating beer bottle, by the way. Add that to the list.
And like the driving around or traveling around isn't fun enough. So like I know in in Horizon 3 in Forza, I don't there's fast travel, but I never use it. I just drive everywhere because it's so fun.
Exactly,
do that.
but this game, it's not that fun, and you do it all the time, so it's...
Huh.
Yeah,
This
the
is-
only
this
reason
is a
why I
lightning
came back in
experience.
here is because there's, like, money and stuff that I didn't pick up the first time around, so...
Do you need it though, Russell?
I don't, but it looks good when in the corner.
And we're just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger. But to what end? That's a
And-
life lesson.
And here's a Vargas poster that I can add and look at later, so... That's
Oh, is there any
good.
playboys yet? Will we have to censor the stream?
I mean, I do have them, but I'm not going to show them. I can show you a Hot
Okay.
Rod magazine if you want. Do you want to see
I
that?
don't know what that is, but sure.
You don't know
Like
what
Hot Rod is in a card?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I heard something else.
All right. What did I say? Hot Dog magazine. So here you go. Here's the Hot Dog.
I heard like Hot Rod or something.
Hot Rod magazine from 1968. There's the front cover. Very nice. Here's a picture. You can zoom in.
Ooh.
Top left. Andretti Baker Sears mix. Blah blah blah. Here's another. Oh, whoops. Here's another article. Whoops. I keep on.
I mean,
doing that.
that's kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, it's in a weird like role where like doesn't really matter, but I guess it's a neat touch.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. So, yeah, there's that stuff in there. If you want it, I don't know. I'm not really that interested.
If you want it. That's
Yeah,
your
I mean,
review in a nutshell. If you want it, here it is.
I guess so. I'm really mixed on this game because I think it does do things. It does do a handful of things really well, but
Let's go over those real quick. Like, what things do you think stick out to you a little bit? Like, you said combat's pretty decent, like pretty serviceable.
I would say it's more than serviceable. I think it's pretty high up in like this like type of game. It is one of the best at that. It gets props for the setting, good soundtrack, good voice acting, and some decent story stuff when it shows up. And yeah, that's about it.
you go.
Interesting takes on like difficult themes and stuff.
Yeah, but like I know, I'm just again only a slice of what I've seen, but none of that's really coming up from my perspective here. But maybe it's a little bit more prevalent in the beginning when you're like a new guy or something.
Not really.
Like I feel like GTA 5 like did this stuff better.
GTA 5 does everything better.
I mean, in terms of just like the race stuff, I feel like always like I actually appreciated all the characters in their own way because they all had their own interesting issues to deal with. But like I forget his name. Was it Franklin?
Yep.
Franklin's story stuff was always the most interesting stuff to me when I played GTA 5.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just not that great. I'm so not disappointed, but I'm just like, it's not bad
I'm
if
disappointed.
if you want like a mindless sort of open world game that you can play pretty much. It's pretty much a podcast game. Like you can have fun with it, but like I'm trying to look for this collectible, but I don't see it. It's probably on the other side of that wall. So yeah, but like the wall is not on the map here. Like so, yeah, this game
Yeah.
has all sorts of problems. It really does.
I guess that does it. I suppose unless you have anything else you want to show me specifically, I guess.
No, I'm just gonna pick up
You-
this magazine.
Can you get that big machine gun? Can
There we
we
go.
shoot something?
Oh
Machine
yeah,
gun?
I'll get the big machine gun. You want me to get the big machine gun? I'll get the big machine
Yeah,
gun. How
I mean,
about
we might as well enjoy the fruits of our labor here.
All right.
Shoot up some civilians or something. I don't know.
Don't
Is
want
that
to do
frowned
that
upon?
because that's a real pain. But
It's not that you don't want to do it morally. It's just it's a nuisance. It's kind of a hassle.
it is. Why is he all the way over there? That's unusual. Usually they're good about like actually driving right next to you. That's really strange. Mafia free. The game keeps on getting worse. Let's see. Weapons. It's not in that section. Must be special ones.
This game
Yeah.
came out like a Friday or something, which is kind of weird, right?
Very strange, yeah. It's not that strange over here. It's strange, but Doom was the same way. Doom was the exact
guess it
same
was.
way. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess all the Microsoft stuff have been doing that recently. Both the collector's edition shit.
I'm gonna do exactly what you wanted, okay, Isaac Wagner? Enjoy.
Okay. I will. Ready, sit back. Knock my socks off. Oh, sorry.
What the hell's going on there? Oh, you can't run with the machine gun? Oh, that's quite a downside, actually. I might swap that out in the end. You can't run with it, that's a bit of a bummer. I can always switch to the pistol and run, but... that's interesting. Well, it's not really. It's about as interesting as a bag of fish and chips, but...
This is pretty sad. You chasing this lady with a drum who's trying to call the police. That's pretty sad.
Yes, it's very sad. Well, that actually went better as expected. I didn't expect that rampage to be so like, well, just happened.
Yeah, it just happened, and like only like 2 people really cared, I guess.
Yeah, mowed down like I don't know 10 people, and it was I don't know, that was it. You can pick up dead bodies, but I don't know why you ever would. So it's like, yep, look at me, I've got this dead body. It's good, isn't it?
You can hide it, right? You can give it to some alligators or something.
Yes, you can do that at the start. And you can do that in the bayou as well, but I'm nowhere near there, so I'm not gonna do that. But
That's fair.
yeah, that's the game. It's okay. I think it's okay. But
It's okay. Official review from us. Sorry. It's okay.
it's on Watch Dogs level. It's on that kind of level, I think.
There you go. Watch Dogs 2, though? We will find out.
We'll have to find out. Yeah, it has. You never know. You never know. It has potential.
You never know. Could even be worse. It wouldn't surprise me.
Because I think the original Watch Dogs does things that aggravate me more from this game. But at the same time, I don't know. It's just...
It was main character Adrian Pierce. Is that his name?
Aiden Pierce, yeah.
Aiden Pierce, yeah.
He was terrible. Alright, well, I'm gonna shut this off now, but thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.